Hey guys, so today I want to talk about data modeling in Power BI, right? And in this lecture, first I'll take you through the theory of using this PowerPoint, and then we'll cover a very short hands-on kind of a thing in Power BI, right? Where we create a data model. All right, so let's see what we have in the agenda today. First, I'll tell you guys what a data model is, right? Then we'll talk a bit about why do we even need data modeling at the very first place. And then we'll talk about a specific instance of a data model, which is a star schema. Right, let's go. So first things first, what's a data model? So from a Power BI context, a data model refers to structured representation of data which is used to create reports and dashboards. Okay. And even if you talk from a databases perspective, it's an optimal way to store our data in the form of various facts and dimension tables. What are facts and dimension tables? We'll cover it. But just know that. And a very essential part of these schemas or data models are the tables and relationships. So, for example, out here in the image, you can see we have a fact table that has various IDs, and then they have some numerical values like the call length, and they are connected to different dimensions or different tables, which are like customers, products, time, and stuff, right? So that's what a data model generally looks like. Then we have, why do we even need a data model, right? This is like the most important part you need to understand. So first of all, you have centralized management, right? Centralized data management, to be more precise. What that really means is you have everything in one place. Okay. So in Power BI, what can happen is you can pull in your data from the various different sources. So the need of the hour is to have all that in one place so that all the data transformation can happen together, right? So that's why we need all these things to have all the data to be collected at a central place, and that's what a data model gives us. So it gives a standardized and centralized place to store the data and manage the data. Then we have consistency, and by consistency, what we mean is that we are defining proper relationships in the model, right? And it basically reduces the risk of getting errors in our data. So for example, I change my data somewhere, I in the data model, it's way better to maintain that data in a model than in an Excel sheet that kind of has everything stored in the same table or in the same sheet. And why that happens, I've already covered in my previous, playlist. That's the data modeling and data normalization playlist. I'll link it as well in the description. You can check that out. It's a bit nuanced, and it would be a little long if I go in the details of that right now. But for now, just know that it improves, our data consistency in general. Apart from that, we have data relationships in our data model. So these basically helps us give context to our fact data, right? For example, this table that we have, the fact table, the only metric that I can see here is the call length. But the moment I need some context, that's like, hey, which customer is having what duration of calls? That's when I will refer another table and get the customer with the respective information that I need, right? So that's what relationships are used for. And finally, we also have hierarchies within our models, which are like in dates, we have year, we quarter, month, day. This is called a hierarchy. So yeah, these are the features that a data model offers in Power BI, and it makes things a lot easier, and making reports and dashboards a lot helpful and easier. Next up was the star schema. So we've been looking at a star schema all along, right? It's this kind of a schema that we have where there's one central table that has the numerical values or the measures that we need for our business, right? It can be sales. In this case, it is call length, but it basically contains various numerical values that quantify our business use case. Okay. So for a retail factor, it can be the sales they are making, and for a movie, it can be the ratings that a movie is getting, any quantitative kind of a data. Now we have dimension tables along with it that basically gives context to those numbers. So what a fact table will contain are the several IDs through which the fact table will be connected to other dimension tables and the numerical values like call length here. And the dimension tables will just have information about the different dimensions, like the customer, the product, the time or the date dimension, the staff dimension, so that's how the schema is arranged. We also have another schema called Snowflake schema that's very often used in database management systems. But generally in VI, we don't need that, right? So that's all for the presentation. Next, I will tell you guys how you can kind of build a model within Power BI, right? So if you've been following this playlist, you'll know that we imported a data set which has sales table, customers, store, and products. Okay. So if I carry on with my analogy that I had in the slides in the PPT, you know that there's a fact table and there will be various dimension tables. So out here, the fact table is sales. Okay. Now, the sales can be determined or it can be given dimensions as per which store or sale is happening from, which customer is making that sale happen, and which product is being sold. Now, I'll just place these properly. To demonstrate why we even need relationships, let me do one thing. Let me give you a introduction to this in Power BI itself. Okay. So let's say I bring in the customers here. Okay, it's gonna take some time. You have these other customers, and I bring in the sales from the sales data, right? Or not date, but quantity sold. So you see, there's no change. It just shows the total sales that is happening, which is the sum. But I don't want this, right? I want it to be filtered as per the customers, right? So I'll go back to my model and I'll build this connection between, not a connection, a relationship is a better word. So it's a one-to-many relationship and the customer ID is the key using which we want this. So now that we have established this relationship, you can see that these numbers are, they're filtered as per the different customers, right? So that's what a data model is at its core. I'll complete the model. So the store ID over here and a product, not the, sorry, product ID out here. So I hope this makes sense, right? Uh, so yeah, visualizations we'll cover later actually. But if you notice, I've made the schema in a particular way. I've put the fact table downwards and the other tables are above, right? Like above the fact table. That is by design, actually. The thing is that the filter flow is happening from the one side to the many side, right? That is the flow of the filter. So it's kind of like a waterfall. So I like to making my models like this. So, I kind of have a context of which are the dimension tables and what is the fact table. So the dimension tables are above and the fact tables are below the dimension table. So it kind of looks like a waterfall. Although it's called a star schema, I like it to look this way. So I have that context. Now, this is what a data model is in Power BI. Now, again, this is a very simple example. You should know that a data model also includes various DAX functions it can do make measures and a hierarchy I did not show you, but it's actually very simple. And Power BI actually does it itself. We don't have a date table here, so I did not show you a hierarchy. We will cover these concepts in at later stages, right? In our Power BI journey. It's a very new playlist, and I'm just showing you the basics right now. So I hope this made sense, and do let me know if you have some feedback. And yeah, this is essentially what a data model is, right? So yeah, thank you.